Hi there, Bridget Mackay at the law offices of Bridget Mackay in Petaluma, California. And I wanted to talk to you today about the subject on our newsletter, which is it's the holiday season. Not that you're spying on your elders, but maybe it's time while you're visiting parents or elderly friends for the holidays that you don't get to see very often. It might be time to take a closer look at, how they're living and if they're doing okay and they're handling things and taking care of things. Let me give you some statistics. 10% of Americans over age 65 have Alzheimer's dementia. That's not very much, which is good because we don't want it, to be done young, but still it's 10%. 38% of Americans over age 85 have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia. $3 trillion a year is the estimated loss of lifetime wages due to taking care of loved ones with dementia. And 63 is the average age of caregivers for people who are 65 and older needing care, and 75% of those caregivers are women. There is some motivation to clue in and touch base with our elders that are in their 80s and maybe living on their own, and making sure that they're doing okay, because earlier resolution or discovery of some of these cognitive issues is always better in terms of preparing for treating this, preparing to care for them, and making sure the assets are available to do that. So here are some things I want you to look at when you're visiting, and this is not an exhaustive list or an exclusive list, but I just want to make clear that ignoring some of these signs is very dangerous, not only for your elder, but for you if you're one of the primary people that care for them or are close to them. First is check their self-care. So are they appearing clean and bathed, and are their clothes washed, and do they match, and are they on correctly? Check out their home if you end up being in their home. Is it picked up and tidy? Oftentimes as people age, it gets harder and harder to clean house, but just be aware there's no hoarding or piles of dishes left undone. I had one client who, after a while, could not reach up into the dish cabinet to replace washed dishes after being in the dishwasher. So dishes were stacked on the counter in the kitchen, some clean, some dirty. Memory. Now, little slips in memory are not a big deal. We all have them. I'm talking slips where they're not clear on their finances, or if bills have been paid, or what their activities had been that week, or maybe even earlier that day. Those kind of memory losses. Take a close look if you can at finances. Are bills being paid, or are they being overpaid? And driving, check that too. Driving's a big issue for elders. It's their one last link to independence typically. But take a ride with your elder this holiday. Maybe go to the store with them, see how they do. And be careful with telling yourself, well, they're not great drivers, but it's okay because they just drive around town. Because plenty of accidents can happen around town. In fact, statistically, we get in more accidents closer to our home than on the freeway. Just a few tips while you're enjoying your holiday season. I don't mean for you to be eye spying on everybody, but it's something to keep in mind if you really care for your loved ones.